Jeff.
Hey, Jillian. It's
Hi,
pretty
everyone.
late. It's pretty late to be doing a live, but hey, whatever, right?
YOLO. I mean,
Yeah.
last life
Yeah,
ever.
that's terrible. It's Leela, and you know it. So, Leela, that's last life ever. So anyway, if you guys are watching right now, and if you're not, you should be. We have our 40-day challenge coming up tomorrow, and we wanted to talk about it just for a brief minute before we started. So, Jillian, are you excited about the challenge?
Well, you know I am. I am because I kind of came up with the challenge, and I mostly came up with it for myself. So
I know, and you kind of forced me to give up alcohol for 40 days, which fortunately has not started yet. So I've got just a little bit of alcohol in me right now.
But we do start tomorrow. And so this is our last life ever 40-day challenge. We're calling it #Kind Morning. And we're going to describe to you what kind means now.
So is it Kind Morning or Kind Morning 40?
I don't think it matters.
Okay, we're going to go with both. So #Kind Morning 40 or Kind Morning.
Or #Last Life 40. Any
of those. It's all good. It's all good. So Kind Morning, it's kind, K-I-N-D, and the first one is random act of kindness.
Yeah.
So
we want you guys doing a random act of kindness every single day. That's what I want to do. You know, having been in quarantine, I haven't been volunteering like I usually do. And so my acts of kindness, my charitable giving, all of those things have gone down the tubes because I'm just not around people as much. I don't think about it as much, and I really want to start thinking about it. So we thought, let's have a challenge that includes random acts of kindness.
Right. So tomorrow and for the next 40 days, and hopefully a long time after that, you will do at least one act of kindness every single day.
Okay.
All right.
The next one?
The second one is invest in yourself. Right? So we're going to spend 40 minutes every day doing something that works towards a personal goal. Jillian, what's your personal goal for the next 40 days?
Well, actually, I've thought about this long and hard, and I started off, a while ago trying to do about 15 minutes a day. And now that I'm in this challenge, I'm going to do 40 minutes a day. When I was a kid, all the way up until early adulthood, I'm not alive. Oh, okay. No, it's okay.
You're always live.
Hey, Derek. Welcome to the live.
Says hi. So he says I'm always live, and it's kind of.
I heard him. Yeah, no, everyone heard him, including probably Marty, who says they're in for the challenge. So
Awesome. So the invest in myself, what I'm going to do was when I was a kid, all the way up till early adulthood, I really thought I was going to be a professional musician. And ever since that time, I have not done any music at all. I can barely play piano. And yet I thought I was going to be a concert pianist when I was young. So I'm going to practice piano or some kind of music because I do know I'm going on a trip in the middle of this 40 days. So I'm going to sing on those days that I can't play piano. Not that I'm a singer, because as we know, I am not, but just to keep up the 40 days. And that's the thing I want to encourage you guys to do is don't change whatever the goal is throughout the 40 days based on the day. Like, oh, I'm going to count this as my invest in myself today. And it's something like, just because it was a chore you had to do. So stick to one thing for the 40 days in investing in yourself.
That's right. And it doesn't matter what it is. Just once you pick something, stick with it for 40 days. Cool. And listen, I'm going to get a little controversial here, Jillian. If they can't start tomorrow morning, they can start the next day.
You can start whenever you want. Yeah, Make your own 40 days. We're all just starting tomorrow.
That's right. So we encourage you to start tomorrow with us. But if you have something going on tomorrow morning, or maybe you're watching this video at 10 p.m. tomorrow night, then, start the next day. It's fine. So my invest in myself is going to be on writing fiction. So I don't know if I told you that or not, but yeah, so I have a novel that I wrote a while ago that's on my laptop collecting electronic dust. I'm going to work on that. It needs a lot of work. I tried passing it off on people before and they've never finished it. So that means I need to do it. But days when I don't want to work on my novel, I'm going to work on other fiction stuff. So this is just stuff that I'm doing for myself to learn to write fiction.
Fantastic. I can't wait to see what your fiction is.
Yeah, so I'll
That right?
share if I write any short stories or anything like that, I'll share them in the group.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
The novel itself will have to wait a little bit because it needs some work yet. But 40 minutes a day for the next 40 days, it'll probably be a lot closer to done, at least that much closer to done than it is now. So the N and the D, right? So kind, it's kind and random act of kindness, invest in yourself. And the N and the D are no drinking or no distractions, because we recognize that some people don't necessarily want to give up drinking. Jillian and I were both doing that, right? We're giving up alcohol for 40 days.
Alcohol, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard since I have a show themed around drinking alcohol and I'm also a little drunk right now, but but I'm going to do it starting tomorrow. No alcohol for 40 days. But if alcohol's not your thing, or you don't want to give it up, or maybe you already gave up alcohol, give up something else that's distracting you throughout your day. It could be television, it could be whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just find something and give it up.
Facebook too much, being on social media too much, reading too much news. What is your distraction?
Yeah, so just pick something that's a bad habit that you have and give it up for 40 days. The only thing we won't allow is for you to give up checking out our Facebook group. That is not allowed.
No.
So even if you give up all social media, you get an exception for going to Last Life Ever.
Right. Okay. So then the morning part. So it's kind and then morning, right?
Right.
And so the morning part is so that you can make sure that you actually do the kind part. We want you to get into a good morning routine. And so we've been doing Miracle Morning, but we're recognize that sometimes Miracle Morning is not right for everybody. We just want you to get into a good morning routine. We want you to exercise. We want you to read something. And we definitely want you to meditate and do a daily affirmation. And we're going to help you with that. So Jeff, tell them how we're going to help them with that.
Yeah, so we have made already, we have one that's coming out right now. It should be out in the next few minutes, right? A 10-minute long meditation / affirmation video. You can use that however you want. You certainly don't have to use ours, but we're going to help you with what we think will help. And we're going to come out with one of those every week until the challenge is done, so that if you're struggling with meditating or with your affirmations, you'll be able to do that. Of course, if you want to do the full Miracle Morning, that's fine too. So that would be like silence, meditation, affirmations, visualization, which you can do during our video also. You can do your visualization during that video. And then exercise. And, the exercise component, it could be, 5 minutes. It's just to get your blood flowing in the morning. This is get up a little bit earlier, maybe 15 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on what you want to commit to, but pick some level of commitment, stick with it, because the key to making yourself a better person is sticking with your commitments, right? It's not whether you do 10 minutes or whether you do an hour. It's whether you commit to something and stick with it.
Yeah. And if you stick to that morning routine, you're going to stick to the rest of this, because you're going to be reminded that I already did this in the morning. So now I got to make sure I carry this through the day. And for me, the invest in yourself is the hardest part, right? Because the invest in yourself usually comes towards the end of the day or maybe in the middle of the day. But generally speaking, we're looking at hobbies and things at the end of our work day, and obviously the music thing is a hobby thing for me. And so it's going to be at the end of my day. And so I know if I commit to these other things, the acts of kindness, I do that. I commit to no drinking. So I'm not distracted by that, and investing in myself, and I can get that done. And if I start off with a morning routine, well, I don't want to ruin the rest of the day. Or I don't want to ruin the whole challenge by not completing that one last thing. And this
right.
is the hardest thing.
Yeah. So, and don't make excuses, right? Just get up, do it, start the morning routine. So you're going to do kind and the morning, right? So those two things together, they're going to make yourself a much better day. And it's also going to make yourself, hopefully by the end of the 40 days, we're going to all be much better people. And I'm so excited for the people that have committed. I don't know about you, Jillian, but I've had like 8 or 9 people in the last day say, I'm really excited to do this. And I want you all, if you're doing this, to post what you're doing in the group and share with the group what you're doing. Now, obviously, if it's personal, you don't have to, but just be encouraging people to do it. And Jillian, I know you're going to be posting what you're doing in the group, and I'm going to do the same. And hopefully at the end of the 40 days, we're all going to be much better people because of this, and we'll be that much closer to living the best version of our last life ever.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing is too, guys, I want you to really, if you know something, say something. I know that's not what the phrase was originally meant for, but if you know something, say something in Last Life Ever. And what I mean by that is if you have an exercise routine or a meditation technique or some other kind of hint that can make this easier, or a book suggestion for people to read, or a writing prompt for people to do, put that in the group, please. And let's all hold each other accountable. And if you don't want to go in the group, at least just use the hashtag KindMorning or hashtag LastLife40 so that other people can know what you're up to and benefit from it, because we're all in this together and we all want to work on this together and we all want to hold each other accountable. And also the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to record myself on a daily basis to show my improvement. And I encourage you guys to do that as well. Like if you're doing a talent that can be measured, or a talent, if you're doing something you're investing in yourself that can be measured, measure it. So I have to record myself because I can't take a picture of myself playing piano. That's not going to do anybody any good. So I'll record myself. But if you can, if you're going to like work out or train for a marathon or whatever it is you're going to do that you're investing yourself on, take some kind of progress or record it in Map My Run if you're doing running or some kind of exercise, or Fitbit, whatever it might be. If you're writing, obviously you'll have that recording because you're going to write it down. If you have something like you're planting a garden, take progress pictures of planting the garden. Whatever the invest yourself in is, make sure you record it for yourself, not for us, for yourself. But if you want some encouragement, share it in the group.
That's right. And listen, really quick. So a couple of things about the group, right? One, the group is so much better if you participate, right? Mm-hmm. We have thousands of people in the group now. I mean, literally more than 1,000 people in the group. And we have probably a few hundred that participate regularly. That's great. I love every one of you, whether you participate or not. And Jillian, I don't know about you, but I'm constantly getting messages from people that say, this group has meant a lot to me. I've done this, I've learned this, I've read this. And these are people that necessarily, they're reading the group stuff, but they're not actually participating. But I would encourage you to participate, because I know for me, the more I participate, the more I've been getting out of the group.
Absolutely.
And so that's the first thing. And I think the same thing applies for the Kind Morning Challenge. It's like, if you just do it, you're going to benefit. If you do it and share it, you're going to benefit even more. So we want to see that. It's going to benefit everyone. And then the other thing is too, if you haven't already done this, go over to lastlifeever.com and download the free ebook, right? The free ebook, which is Discover Your Life's Purpose, and maybe even make that part of your morning routine to read some of that ebook and do some of the exercises that are in there. Because the thing is, like, your morning routine can be whatever you want it to be. The invest in yourself can be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't even have to be a skill. You don't have to write. You don't have to play music, right? It could be something like spending more time with your family or your children, or or could just be exercise, like Jillian mentioned. But the point is, you want to build a morning routine and you want to do an act of kindness every day. You want to spend dedicated period of time. We recommend 40 minutes, but really it could be 20 minutes. It could be an hour, whatever works for you. And then take that extra step and give something up that's distracting you. For us, it's going to be drinking, but it could be anything that you're doing. So.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for watching us on this very late broadcast. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go to Facebook and find our private Facebook group for Last Life Ever. We promise we'll let you in. And everybody, remember to live your last life ever.